The funeral service for 9 family members who died in a crash on the N1 near Mokopane last Saturday is underway at Thakgalang, a community hall in Nobody outside Polokwane. The deceased are all members of the Sethe family who were traveling from a funeral in Gauteng in an SUV that collided with a truck. SABC News reporter Pimani Baloyi is on that story for us. Pimani, thanks indeed for joining us this morning. Has the funeral service gotten underway? And obviously, a very somber mood there as this family is in grief.
Good morning, Griselda. Indeed, the mood is quite somber, but I must correct, the service is being held at the Thakgalang sports ground and not the community hall. And also, other details that were a bit sketchy as the story was developing was where this group of people were traveling from. And we've just confirmed from the family that they were traveling from Diefsloot, where they resided, to attend a funeral here in Nobody. A funeral that was a wedding, I mean to say, a wedding that was scheduled to take place that Saturday, but of course, because that accident happened first thing in the morning, that wedding could not happen anymore. And Griselda, you mentioned it's 9 people who died. Just to give a bit of their profile in terms of who they are, these are 3 siblings, Mr. Sethe, alongside his 2 sisters, Maria and Eva, as well as Maria's 3 children, Eva's 1 child, and a child of the couple that was scheduled to get married on that day, Mr. Sitelo Simelani, who was like his parents were getting married, were scheduled to get married that day, but as I said, the funeral did not happen, the wedding did not happen. And right now, the funeral is happening, taking place just behind me. As you can see, people are singing, like trying to comfort the bereaved families. But emotions are quite high, Griselda. When the coffins were wheeled into the tent behind me, we saw people breaking down, some even fainting. And we understand there are 6 coffins inside that venue, where about 3 of the young children are inside the funerals of their mothers, where they will be buried alongside their mothers. But to speak more about this horrific accident that claimed these 9 lives, Griselda, I'm joined by family representative, Ms. Ndlovu. Ndlovu, thank you so much for speaking to us. Condolences go lena le baleloko la lena. Family fila byang nakwe?
Ke nakwe botlhoko kudu sesi. Ke nakwe mpi kudu go family ya Sethe meloko le metswalle ka moka ba rishane ba khotsi ruru ka nnete re kwele botlhoko. Ke matlhomola a re wetseng.
Ke bone di coffin tse 6 ka bona batho ba palelo ka o itshware di coffin tse di tsena. Batho ba hlobane bjang ke di relatives bjang?
Re ka ilokisha ka tsela yekwe di coffin tsa rona ke tse 7 as tse 6 point of correction. Ba go ba rena ka moka ga bona 3 ya bona ke bana ba Mogekolo Neli Sethe, Phineas Maria le Mapula. Phineas ke yana ba re ile koloi, Maria o sepetile bana ba gage ba bararo ana mo accident yona yewe, se se Mapula o sepetile ngwana gage o tee bona mo accident yewe. Ene ge re ka lebella ka mo gare ga koloi yewe re hwetša Lefa Makondo ke morwa wa Walter Sethe. Walter Sethe ke morwa wa Neli jwale ga ke tlhalositse gape le Setelo Simelani ke morwedi a nnoši lebile a nnoši wa phela mo lefaseng wa Khomotso. Se Khomotso ke yena wa beng a tlile go kopana ka lenyalo le family ya ga Maduna.
Lenyalo man libile o diralang ka gore lenyalo bona le ka re le emišitšwe?
Ka baka la mathata le matlhomola re wetseng be re sena kgetho jwale ka family le ra swanela go re emiše lenyalo ka pela ka mo go ka kgonagang ka gona go leka go lebellana le matlhoko a re wetseng.
Mo bekeng ke bone MEC wa social development me Nandindalana etela family anabele ke bone executive mayor wa Polokwane Mr John Mpe le bona batla mo funeraleng a re boleleng ka support e hweditseng from Musho since tiragalo ye
mmušo wa Afrika Borwa ka bophara mmušo wa province ya Limpopo masepala wa Polokwane mafapa ka moka pušo re humane thego ya maemo a godimo kudu-kudu batho ba modimo ba re supportile go tswa dikhutlong tše nne ka moka ga tsona ba social development ba thušitše go tloga mathomong a bothata bo ka go lebelelana le maikutlo a rena a wa tshwenyegileng kudu-kudu ba leka go re thoba matswalo lebile ke seo ba tlo go se diang le ka morago ga tiragalo ya funerale ba tlo no ba tswela pele ba ntše ba re thoba matswalo.
Criselda, that is the family spokesperson of the Sethe family that lost 9 family members in that horrific car accident last week, Saturday. As he was explaining, 3 of the deceased were siblings, and one of them died alongside her 3 children, and another one died also alongside one of her child. And there's a child of a couple that was supposed to get married that Saturday that also passed on. And as he was saying, there are indeed 7 coffins inside the venue, Criselda, where 2 of the children are being buried alongside their mothers. What we understand from police is that they were traveling in a Toyota Venture which had a tire burst, and then the driver lost control, then collided with a truck, and all the occupants of that vehicle then passed away. The truck driver was not injured in any way from what we understand from police, and is still he was never admitted or anything. So Criselda, we've spoken to residents in this village who have expressed so much shock that a death this big, death like so many number of people can die in one incident, Criselda, who are all related to each other. But as Mr. Ndlovu was stating, social workers have reached out to the family, and they've been with the family since this incident happened last week, Saturday. And we've also seen other government officials coming closer to the family to assist with funeral arrangements and other logistics that they might have needed. Criselda?
Pimani, thank you very much indeed. We appreciate your coverage on that, and condolences, of course, to those families who've lost their loved ones.